I was still standing in the doorway when she leaned in and said it. Not loud, not dramatic, like a priest offering absolution with a knife behind his back. "I'll show you the security footage," the manager whispered, eyes darting to the dining room, "but don't faint when you see it." My purse sat on the host stand, untouched. I didn't reach for it, my legs locked, not from fear, recognition. The screen glowed in her office, black and white, silent, time-stamped like a verdict. There he was, my husband, not eating, not waiting, slipping behind the bar like he belonged there. Then the second angle, the safe, his hands, confident, familiar. I didn't faint, I smiled, because the truth finally chose a shape. We met in a crowded room where ambition passed for charm. He was gentle then, observant, the kind of man who listened like he was cataloging your dreams for safekeeping. He learned me fast, what made me feel safe, what made me sign without reading. We built a life on small rituals, coffee at dawn, dinners out on Fridays, trust disguised as love. That's why it took me so long to see the gaps, the way he came home buzzing, not drunk but charged, the way our savings stopped growing while his confidence did. I noticed the receipts first, small withdrawals, restaurants I didn't remember visiting. I asked once, casually. He smiled, lied without breaking eye contact. That's when I stopped asking questions. I started counting. Patterns always confess. Late nights synced with deposits that never cleared, new suits without tags, a second phone that never rang in front of me. I didn't confront him, I audited him. I pulled bank statements like threads, followed them into shell accounts with names too clever to be innocent. Every transaction led back to one place, the restaurant. I came back that night only for my purse. That's the lie I told myself. The manager's voice shook as she explained how inventory went missing, how cash bled out in polite amounts. "He said you approved it," she whispered. "He said you were the brains." The footage didn't show an affair, it showed theft, worse, implication. I thanked her, took my purse, left with my spine straighter than it had been in months. That night, I didn't cry, I drafted timelines. Revenge isn't rage, it's patience with teeth. I copied everything, every account, every signature he forged with my name. I met with a lawyer who didn't flinch, a forensic accountant who smiled like a surgeon, and the restaurant manager who wanted blood but settled for justice. We moved quietly, assets frozen before he noticed the cold, complaints filed before he could rewrite the story. I let him think he was winning. I cooked, I listened, I kissed him goodnight while subpoenas circled like weather. The confrontation came on a Tuesday, always does. He laughed when I slid the folder across the table, then he opened it. The color left his face in stages, denial, calculation, fear. I told him about the footage, about the manager, about the charges. He reached for me like I was still the answer. I stood. When he was arrested, it wasn't loud, just metal on wrists and a room that stopped breathing. Court was cleaner than I expected, paper cuts instead of screams. The truth doesn't need volume. He pleaded. I didn't object. I watched him lose everything he thought he owned, including my name. Now when I think about that night at the restaurant, I remember the manager's warning. Don't faint. She underestimated me. I don't faint. I remember. I plan. And when the moment comes, I let the truth do what it's been waiting to do all along. Fall.